Welcome to another episode of TAAP. I'm Chad.
I'm Michael.
And, Michael, today I have something I've been thinking about doing for a while.
Oh, what is that?
Well, I see people pimping out their clothes, pimping out their vehicles. I want to pimp my gun.
You want to pimp your gun?
No, I want to pimp my gun.
Do you want to pimp it like this?
Not quite that far.
Come on. You want to talk about pimping.
That's over-pimped.
Pimping ain't easy.
No, neither is carrying that around.
No. How much do you think that weighs?
At minimum 35, because I'm guessing there's at least 6 fully loaded mags plus everything else. Maximum probably 45. I do not want to carry that around all day.
If I was mounting that to a vehicle, I could see it, but
I wouldn't even want to mount that to a vehicle. It's got too much crap on it.
yeah. Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
You have mag holders that go on your body for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 showing underneath, and I bet there's one more that's behind that we can't see.
Yeah.
Because it's probably 5, so it's balanced.
That's
and then another one sticking out this side. For all we know, there could be another one sticking out the other side.
Yeah, that's true. A flashlight, I think there's a laser or whatever that is on the other side. Red dot, green dot, looks like that has a couple laser accessories on there.
Yeah.
Looks like it has a red dot sideways there too.
Yeah, it's got a side-mounted red dot there. I don't know what that is on the other side of it that's sticking out with that brown knob for sure. It looks like there's another laser below the holographic sight.
Yeah.
There's another holographic sight of a different type on the other side because, I guess in case they break or go down, you've got 10 backups. I like redundancy, but
yeah,
that's a little too much.
And it has a bipod because it's heavy.
Yeah, because you need one.
Yeah. Jeez, okay.
And he did put the suppressor on the front.
Yeah, I see the suppressor there. Very hard to see, but yeah. All right.
So no, I'm not talking pimping it out like that. I'm talking, the normal things that you want to do to maybe increase the functionality of your pew pew.
That's more fun.
Can
you imagine pistol whipping someone with that? Holy cow.
All you have to do is throw it at him. Here, catch. It's going to knock him over.
No joke. This is not your little old lady.
No.
Jenny, don't buy this gun.
No.
You can't wield it.
But no, I'm talking something that for given situations is maybe going to make that pew pew a little bit better than just bone stock.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you talking about?
So, I guess kind of depends on what you want to do. I think a lot of people do this just to make it theirs.
Yeah.
And that's as good a reason as any to do it.
Right.
You see a video where someone did something with their AR or with their handgun or a shotgun or whatever it is, and think, oh yeah, that looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that too.
Well, let's go through it. What do you have a rifle? Do you have it pimped out?
Yeah.
What do you have on it?
The one I have now has a scope that also has a laser on it, a bipod. I have a flashlight that still needs to go on it.
Okay.
And that's kind of my standard. It's an ACOG scope, just kind of my standard.
Yeah.
This is my AR for kind of anything.
Okay. So when it comes to pimping ARs.
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, let's talk about some things. So.
Okay.
Different types of things that you can put onto your firearm. This isn't just ARs. Some things are better on a rifle than on a pistol, but.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna clear this just to make sure while you're going. Yep, we're good.
So, and I guess we can use this to point some things out. You got a light there at the top.
Yep. So if I come this way, I do have a light on the front.
Right here.
Yep.
You can do that also with a pistol, and we're gonna make sure this one's clear as well. And that is clear, but light mounted on the pistol. For either rifle, pistol, shotgun, I think a light is a great accessory to add.
Yep.
You can't hit what you can't see, so.
That is true.
And you want to identify your target. Especially if you're thinking this is something for home defense. You don't accidentally want to, shoot Jenny that happens to be over at the house and instead of the bad guy. So
That's true.
to me, lights are very important.
They're lightweight too.
Yes, most of them are very lightweight. You don't need a big maglite flashlight. They've got little lights like this that put out plenty of light.
Yeah.
Depending on the light that you get, it can also blind someone real easy if they're in a dark room.
Right.
Next thing is a scope, and there are about 1,001 different types of scopes out there that you can get. You can get everything from a red dot scope to an ACOG scope to a variable scope. One thing I will say with scopes is get the scope that fits the purpose of what you're putting it on.
Right.
I have seen on my long-range rifle, I've got a very nice and very big scope on it, made for long-range shooting. It's got a high zoom level, and I saw a picture of someone that put a scope just like mine on an AR, which is just idiotic because you're never going to touch the range that scope will take you out to.
Correct. So if you look at mine, I've got a little red dot on there. I'm also big on the combo. So this is a red dot with a laser on the side combo. So you save a little weight, you save a little space on there. So I just have a little red dot. This is set up for close range. This is set up for mainly home defense. I have added a upper on here that's a handle upper. That doesn't always come on all of them, but I added that on this one.
So this has the upper. If you see a picture of an M16 from Vietnam era, you'll always see this upper on them.
Yep.
The big thing now with ARs is getting the flat top, where it's just flat all the way across the top. You don't have this. I really like the flat tops personally, just because you don't have that adjustment as much when you want to hold that back up again.
Yeah.
When you're looking at this scope, how much higher it is than the barrel here, eventually those are going to cross and it's going to throw off your accuracy.
So, and the reason I went with the extension handle here is because I wanted to clear the front sight.
Yeah.
So I got it up above the front sight so it doesn't interfere. And I can also aim right through there. There is a peek hole through here.
Yes.
So I could actually use this without it. I kind of wanted the versatility. So.
So, and again, my ACOG, which is a little bit different type of scope, you can zoom in on it. I want to say mine is 1 to 10. And with an AR, I wouldn't go anything higher than 10. I don't think I've ever even zoomed that out to 10. There's no need, really. But that has a laser on it also. You can also, especially if you have a full rail going down the barrel, a lot of people like to mount that laser on one side or the other, the flashlight on one side or the other, or really I like mounting the laser on top, and then you just get a pressure button. So when you shoulder that and you're going down, you have that right on your thumb.
Yeah.
Other things you can modify are your stocks. There's, again, hundreds of different types of stocks you can get that will, some of them are fixed, some of them are adjustable like this, some will have cheek risers on them that you can adjust. So you can find stocks to your heart's content, bipods, things like that to help stabilize, especially if I'm going to be laying down and shooting. It just gives me a nice, better stable platform. Or if I'm leaning up against a tree branch or something, you can kind of set the bipod on that. Just give yourself a little bit more front end stability.
It also depends on what kind of grip you have here too.
Right.
This one doesn't have any of the accessory mounted plates for it. So I don't have any of the pickney rails here. So this is a very bare bones system. I'm more bare bones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I like the full cage of either Picatinny or M-Lock.
This is an accessory I think should be on every rifle, possibly a shotgun.
I put them on my shotguns too.
People underestimate this little strap. And the reason they do that is when you go through, you lock in. If someone was going to try and pull this rifle from me, it's physically attached. It's wrapped around. I have a hold of it, and it helps brace the firearm.
And with a strap, you can do it like that. You can wear it over your body, especially if you want to carry it and be able to let it hang a little bit. If you're not using it, either way, it's affixing that firearm to your body.
Right.
No one's going to be able to take it from you easily. So,
Now, like I said, I like to keep it simple. The reason the AR is so popular is because, man, you could pimp it out.
Oh, you can do. You saw that picture. That was an AR there. But yeah, you can do everything and anything you want to with an AR. If you think you can do it, you can. I mean, even something as simple as this charging handle. If that doesn't fit your fingers well, you can get charging handles that, I kid you not, are this wide, that really stick out, which are nice if you're in somewhere where it's cold like we are and you want to go out firing in the winter. And you got those big gloves on.
And this is called a dust plate right here. You could have those modified to say whatever you want. There's the modifications for an AR is so crazy that it's good. And I went with a fixed sight, not a fixed sight. I don't like the fixed sight. I like the adjustable.
The butt.
The butt has to be adjustable for me, because if I give this for my wife to shoot, she doesn't like that gun out as far as I do.
Right.
And that thing. So that's the difference. Is if you take I could hold this one out almost all day. How long do you think you could hold that one picture up?
Not very long.
I'd be surprised if you could get it up to hold it to take a shot.
Yeah, if you could shoulder that and hold it steady to take a couple of shots, that'd be.
I'm more afraid of you at that point than the gun.
Yeah.
If you could
if I'm trying to wield that, I'm more afraid of me than the threat.
If you're dual wielding those like Rambo, I'm not gonna. You got me. You win.
Now, pull that up here one more time, because there's one other thing I want to say about that adjustable stock, because I love adjustable stocks, not just for the reason that you gave, where if someone has a little bit different body type and they're using it, or maybe someone likes to have that pulled in a little bit tighter. But let's just say you normally like it out there fully extended. Worst case scenario happens, someone breaks into your house, and you're trying to. Now, first thing I'll say is, someone breaks into your house, don't go hunt them down.
Yeah, don't, please.
But you're going to want to make sure that everyone in your house is safe, and you're going to want to make sure you're safe, and potentially just evac the house.
Right.
But while you're doing that, if you're in a house that's really tight, you can pack that in and shorten that profile real quick. Make it something that's smaller that you can hold into you tighter, work corners better. So that's the other reason I really like those adjustable stocks.
ARs are very versatile. There's a lot of accessories that you can get to them. That's what makes them so popular. They are very easy to use for beginners to use. If my son, if I was teaching him to shoot, if he's smaller, I can adjust it to better fit him. Because holding a gun out like this, your arms get tired. If you're not used to doing it,
and they get tired quick.
And when you're a small kid, they get tired even quicker. I think teaching someone how to learn young and making it comfortable for them is what makes that a difference.
To me, the AR is the Honda Civic of the pew pew world.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want to it, and everyone does something a little bit different.
Yep.
So when we're talking about doing this, shotguns, which we don't have one here. Shotguns can be a little bit more difficult depending on the shotgun that you get, because a lot of shotguns, they aren't set up to have attachments.
Correct.
Now, if you go and get a more tactical AR style shotgun, or a nice Mossberg that maybe has a Picatinny rail on the top of it, or a nice Benelli, those you can put some things on. Otherwise,
but not a whole lot.
No, not unless you get an AR style one where, again, you've got that full cage running up the barrel.
Yeah.
But shotguns, I'm not as it's not as important to me to modify those. I don't necessarily need a scope because I'm firing buckshot out of mine.
Right.
So it spreads out. What is it? 1 inch per foot, I think it is what the general spread is. I'd have to look it up again. But that gives you a limited range. You're not going out long with that.
Right.
And really, shotguns are pretty easy to aim. I mean,
point and click,
point and shoot, and So nice thing to add to it that I'll probably add to one of mine is a flashlight again, so I can identify my target.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really see a whole lot of need other than, with my pump action, I do have a strap on it to hold extra shells
Yep.
because the more the merrier.
I like those extra. There's actually sleeves that you can just get on the butt that you
Yeah,
just
that's
had.
what this is. Is
Yeah.
a sleeve that goes on the butt. If I can find something that I can attach up by the pump as well.
Yep.
Because hey, the more the merrier. My shotgun's heavy. If I add a couple more shells to it, it's not really going to impact things.
Right.
But pistols. Pistols are another thing that you can really modify. I have seen even revolvers, some big revolvers with scopes on them for. There are people that use those for deer hunting.
And competition shooting.
And competition shooting, yeah. There are pistol long range shooting competitions. There are a lot of different shooting competitions.
Right.
But most of us, we probably have the tried and true striker fired pistol anymore. That or a 1911. The 1911s, 2011s, a lot of those they just don't really make for adding a lot to.
Right.
Depending on who the manufacturer is. But what we can do is that.
You wanna?
Yeah. What we can do is if we go to the table camera here.
Okay.
That is a bare bones Glock, and that is a Glock 23, the 40 caliber, correct?
Yep. This is a Glock 23. This is a Gen 2. I find myself getting my hands on the old school models.
Which nothing wrong with them. I do like the old school Glocks, and really they haven't changed a whole lot in a Glock from Gen 1 to current Gen 5.
Yeah, I think some of the bigger differences is they added rails for accessories right here.
They made some texture grips. I don't even know that they really modified the handle angle.
Yeah.
I know that as they got newer, you got more serrations on the slide.
Yeah.
A little bit different things, but for the most part, there's not a lot of difference.
And now this one, the only accessory that this has on it, and it's hard to see, is it has a rubber grip on there, just to fatten it out a little bit for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a little bit better. So this is almost naked. It's just wearing a pair of underwear.
Yep. So, and you can go from that to here is that same gun in a Gen 5 that's been tricked out a little bit.
So tell us about this.
So this has a Holosun sight on it, and I really like this sight. One of the big reasons is it's not only battery powered, but if you want to turn that up so they can see the top of it, it is also solar powered. So I'm not necessarily having to change the battery all the time. Plus that one I can change the battery without taking it off, which means I don't have to sight it back in. But yeah, I do like that. It's also got shake awake, so as soon as you draw it and bring it up to punch it out, it will have that red dot on for you. Now, one thing I will say about red dots, they are very, very good for target acquisition. They're also very good for being able to see what's around in front of you rather than just your target itself. You kind of get that tunnel vision when you're looking down iron sights sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's got a nice sight. Those are, I really like the Holosun sights. They've kind of started to grow on me as far as on handguns.
Now this one you also have a light on too.
Yeah, that also has a flashlight on it, and that flashlight has high, low, and strobe modes.
Okay.
Which again, it's for in the dark, being able to see what my target is, being able to identify it. I've tested out the strobe mode in a dark room, and that will disorient someone, at least temporarily. Now here's the downside to going to this. This was also going to be an EDC.
That makes it difficult.
And I tell you, you can carry this concealed. Not the most comfortable thing in the world to carry concealed, though. Once you start adding to it, it gets a lot more uncomfortable to carry. Whereas just the stripped down version with iron sights, no lights, that you can hide a lot easier. It's more comfortable. It's not as big and bulky. Do I still carry this concealed? Yes. Is it my go-to? No, definitely not. Not anymore.
So and these are the same. There's really nothing different with these guns except for the accessories. This is a Glock 23. This is a Glock 23. This is a newer generation, but it's exactly the same weight, height, everything there. This is just I don't have
The striations,
the
the
striations
slide
there.
cuts.
You have them there. I have it more on the back.
Yeah, same on the back. They changed the grip texture some. If you look at what your grip texture is underneath that compared to this is a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, which that's why I knew this was an aggressive. That's why I went with a rubber grip, and this has been loved. So
It's about time for another rubber grip on that, I think.
yeah, it's really hard to find those nowadays. So, but that's what you're looking at there
There's some
for
grip
it.
tape.
Yeah, get some. They make some. So
Yes, they do.
we'll come back.
But yeah, it really, again, as far as the handgun world, to me, I think Glocks are the Honda Civic of the handgun world as well, because I don't think there's anything that has as many accessories, as many different options. I mean, you can get into doing things, and this is really with most of them, but you can change your trigger, put in a different
Yeah.
trigger, which this is going to get a new trigger at some point in the near future, because I am not a fan of the clunky Glock trigger.
Yeah. And for those of you who think that you need two of them, yes. The
you
answer is
do.
always yes. Now, you always have a spare. Don't think you're going to be like, bam,
You're not
bam,
John
bam, bam.
Wick.
Yeah, you're not John Wick. You're not going to be dual wielding these. No, that's.
So what do you think about mine here with the accessories?
If I was going to keep this in a safe beside of my bed, this is what I think I like that. There is something that just has to be said about a naked gun.
Yeah. So, and it's funny you mentioned that, because this right here, this has become my house gun now.
Yeah, I can see
You know,
that.
it's got everything I need. It's got the sight to pick up targets quickly. Don't have to worry about that tunnel vision of looking down the iron sights and
Right.
drawing that focus in real tight. These are great. If you haven't used one, they take a little bit to get used to.
Yeah.
For when you punch it out to get that laser in your field of vision there. But once you get it down, super quick target acquisition. Have the lights so that I can leave the house dark, and I'm just gonna kind of pop it there. I can just pop it and get an idea as to where something is, and again, disorient someone that may decide they want to come into my house.
Interesting fact that people don't know. Pirates pirates, they wear that patch over their eye. Most people think, oh, they poked out their eye.
No, they didn't lose an eye. There's a reason for it. Night vision.
Night vision. So they would put that over one of their eyes, because if they're going above deck to below deck, what they do is that patch would actually move from indoor outdoor. So you got to understand that shining lights will blind you too. These lights are really designed to put forward, and you just kind of need to flick them every once in a while. And if you know you're doing that, you could kind of like squint your eyes to catch it. Bad guys aren't going to be able to do
Right.
that. They're not prepared for that. You're not going to say, "Hey, I'm turning on the light." You don't do that.
Well, and with this, you're going to get some bounce off of walls, but for the most part, from here back, it's dark.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're going to blind our viewers.
Yeah. I just did a strobe. So if you have epilepsies,
It's too late now.
sorry.
Neither
My
warn 'em
bad.
next time. So,
Post editing. That's
Yes.
what that's for.
Mikey, put it in there beforehand.
Yep.
Big warning: if you have epilepsy, close your eyes now. So, what type of things do you like to do to your firearms?
So I like flashlights, and I like flashlights for my guns that are going to be home defense or dark. If I know that firearm is not going to ever be in dark, or I know that's not going to be my go-to for that situation, there's no point in a flashlight. I do like red dots for a certain point. There are some benefits for lasers. Much other than that, I don't. I prefer body carry for any of the um, mags.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to put extra weight that I'm carrying out here in front of me because
Yeah,
because remember it's simple physics too. The farther out it is, the heavier it is too. So
correct,
you're
correct.
increasing that weight exponentially.
Yeah, and if any of you want anything like that, get something heavy. Like a good thing is if you have one of those kettlebells,
Hmm.
hold that kettlebell here,
See how long you can hold it.
and then hold it out to here, and see how long you hold it. Here you can hold it a lot longer than out here,
Hmm.
and that's one thing with firearms is the heavier it is when it goes out, and then I want Mikey runs all the cameras. Mikey, you're gonna have to bring up that picture again. Can you imagine holding that out from your body? I mean,
No,
I I don't see that you can hold that out. I'm sorry.
no, because you've got that handle is going to be at least what 8 inches in front of your face at the very minimum,
How do
which
you
means you've got all that weight a foot plus out in front of your face.
how are you going to get your hand around everything
Right.
to hold the front of this thing? A pistol grip on the front would be great.
Well, I think the bipod you could probably use as a pistol grip as well.
And
But,
some of them are the 2-in-1.
but
So
I still wouldn't want to even try and wield that.
yeah, now a pistol, a pistol grip holding out for stability, I could see that.
I like that. And the other nice thing I like about the pistol grip is it gives you something to pull the front of that firearm
Yeah.
into your body with.
I like minimal is best for me. I'm not that guy.
No. And I like to accessorize, but I'm not near that either.
Now, here's my problem. I'm gonna tell you right now. Do I want to shoot that thing? Hell yeah, I want to shoot it.
That's where we're different. I don't even want to. I don't want to touch it.
You don't?
No.
Oh, I want to get my hands on that. Oh, I so want. I want to know what that feels like.
A whole bunch of crap in your hands that's useless.
I know, but I just want to fire that thing once.
So, as far as get back to your accessories, what other type of accessories do you like? Are there any accessories that you think are just completely pointless?
It's all situational. It really is. I don't think. I guess if you could justify the accessory, I'm okay for it. If you want to put a mag on there because you know what, it sits in your closet and you're used to sleeping in shorts that just athletic shorts or something
Right.
like that. You're
Something that sleep in your boxers. You don't have
Yeah.
pockets.
You don't have pockets, so you can't just put a mag in there. It just
Right.
I
Well,
can see that.
You can. It get uncomfortable pretty quick once that
Well,
falls
yeah.
in. But
Yeah, I mean, it'd be
Yes,
kind of crazy, but I can't see an I don't know. Can you see an accessory that's completely not worth it?
other than, like I said, maybe putting the wrong type of accessory on something. And like I said, the AR with the long range scope on it that's made for long range competition shooting. No reason to put that on an AR when your effective range is somewhere between 300 and 500 yards normally.
I guess a scope, yeah. If you
Yeah.
don't overpower your rifle with a
Yeah.
scope. I will tell you, there is one accessory I came up with that I don't think should be on a firearm. However, if I get my hands on it, it will be on one of my ARs.
Is it the flamethrower?
Yes, it is.
Yes, that we saw that last year, and both of us had the same thought at the same time, and that was, how much fun will that be?
It would be hilarious fun. Does it need to be there? Should I have it? No.
Do I want it? Hell yes.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And I will tell you, once we find an outdoor range, there is a good chance that one of those might be mounted on one of our ARs.
Don't hate, but is it overkill? Yes. Is it what we showed you overkill? No.
You never know when you need to light the bonfire. You're out with the guys camping, and need to light the bonfire. Who wants to wait for a couple pieces of paper to start it?
That's true. I guess what it comes down to is what are you doing with the weapon and accessorize it to the purpose. If it's going to be a toy that you want to go out to the desert with a shotgun with a flamethrower mount underneath shooting what are those shells dragon's breath. Don't get me wrong, I think that would look badass.
Yeah.
Now, am I going to be carrying that in my home? No, because
I don't want to burn my house down.
Yeah, that's called arson.
Which in most states is a felony.
Correct.
Even if it's your own house.
And felons don't own guns.
Right. So, and I think you make a good point, is build your firearm and your accessories to the purpose that you're intending them.
Right.
Like I said, this right here was at one point going to be an EDC. I quickly found that, well, I can do that with it. I don't want to do that with it. If this is all I had, and I'd still want to keep this on it, and I'd suffer through EDCing with this. Fortunately, I have other firearms I can EDC that, to me, are much better. Now, I know people that they would EDC this every day.
Now, I would EDC this in the winter. If I was working nights, this would be good EDC.
Yes, it would.
Big, heavy jacket could help hide it. Flashlight because you're out in the night. I'm out during the day, so this is it.
Right.
Something simple, point and click, smile, you're on camera. Yeah. What do you think?
So, any other thoughts on pimping out firearms?
Yeah, I still have to say every time, twice on Sunday, don't overdo it. It weighs down. Yeah, sometimes it looks cool, but if it's an everyday carry, kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid.
Now that being said, one of these days, I'm going to borrow one of yours, and you're going to get it back bedazzled. It's going to be a rhinestone AR-15.
I have no problem carrying a pink gun. What are you going to do?
It's not going to be pink. It's going to be rhinestone and glittery.
I'm okay with that.
It'll be a disco ball.
I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Because what are you going to do? Laugh at a guy? I still have a gun.
Yeah, but when the light hits it, it's going to be pretty.
Maybe they don't want to fight anymore. Maybe they think it's a disco ball and they start Saturday night fevering.
There you go. That's your perfect home defense weapon in that situation.
Go.
Bunch of disco burglars break in. You just grab that and shine a flashlight on it. And
hit the radio and we're good to go. I know it's disturbed in your house.
Yeah. Well, that or let the bodies hit the floor. But
yep. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
All right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us.
Yeah, well, we got 2 girls, so I think we each need to clean our...
Oh, 3 of them if you count the AR.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I got mine, too. You get yours, too. We'll call it even.
No rock, paper, scissors this time.
Nope, not this time. We got too many to clean.
Yep.
Oh, Mikey's cleaning that one. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there we go. He needs to learn how to clean them.
Yep. Good show.
All right, yep. I'll let you wrap it up and take us out.
All right, well, make sure you're always shooting straight. Keep it safe.
Have a good one, everyone.